Welcome back to Make You a Better Public Speaker. Today is lesson 89, and we're talking about how you should incorporate an allegory within your next speech or presentation. Now, what is an allegory? Simply put, a rhetorical device that takes a complex or abstract message, and as a speaker or writer, you create a simpler way to express the message. For example, George Orwell's book, Animal Farm. To the naked eye, it's a book about animals on the farm and their life on the farm. Now, actually, it's a book about the topple of communism in the USSR. Pretty interesting if you can kind of look at a book and find the deeper messages, right? And we want to be able to kind of convey it to all audiences. So here are 3 ways that you need to connect and use an allegory within your next speech or presentation. Number 1, simply put, enhancing understanding and engagement. Right? Again, we talk about the use of complex messages. You as a speaker are a subject matter expert, but you want to connect to a bigger audience, right? So how do you engage with them on a complex topic? You make it a little bit easier. So for example, if you're trying to get through to people about overcoming an obstacle, instead of just talking about that, you can give them a story about the tortoise and the hare, right? That race, it's a bigger message within this cartoon story about being yourself, running your own race, not being too cocky. Don't be overconfident, right? Don't undermine your opponents, right? It has a bigger, deeper message, but it's a simple story that almost anyone can be engaged and they can understand. Number 2 is arousing emotions and empathy. We've talked a lot on these videos about if you can connect with your audience on an emotional level, you have them hooked. All right, so think about the Dr. Seuss, The Lorax. It's a book about activism where someone is standing up for the trees. And one of the quotes from that book is, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Right? So the speaker is trying to connect, right? And try to connect and make you have a better understanding and get to you on an emotional level that you have to care. All right. Number 3 is adding depth and memorability. All right. The main concept is being able to be remembered, have the audience remember your message as you leave. Right. So an allegory creates that memorable, thought-provoking moment. So think of the movie The Matrix. Matrix is this amazing, like when it came out, the very first one, not any of the sequels, but it was this amazing kind of concept with a lot of violence, but new camera work, special effects, a lot of slow down kind of 360 motions. But the main deeper message was to challenge the status quo. Right? Do you want to hear the actual answers to life, or do you want to kind of just do what you're doing? Right? The idea, there's a deeper message within almost every movie, every story. And again, majority of movies and stories are allegories. Right? They have a bigger, deeper message. We as speakers need to be able to kind of connect something that's relatable to something that's more complex. So most of us already use allegories, but now you know what an allegory is. So here are the 3 reasons again, just to make sure you remember. Understanding and engagement. 2, arousing emotion and empathy. 3, adding depth and memorability. So go out there, continue using your allegories, and become a better public speaker.